go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT or any AI site you have or at any AI app. This is my trading strategy. I want to create a robot out of it. Then you please create or code a file that I can download as a bot. And then eventually they would create, you put it in the trading software and it fails, and then you go back and forth. Then eventually you come up or you finalize a bot that actually works.
River on, stay aware, stay ahead, stay on. News flows, AI scanning, markets breathe, blockchains running.
This is Riverian Studios. My name is Urian Benconsejo, your Web3 wanderer, blockchain explorer, and AI enthusiast. And today I have Neil Recinto. So before I introduce him formally, I'd like actually to introduce him a little bit informally, just because we go way back. He's actually my former bandmate. So there's so much history between us. We've definitely grown in two sides of the financial markets, I guess. It's really refreshing to talk to him again. But of course, talking about what he does right now, professionally, he is still a DJ and he is also a trader. And he is also one of the co founders of LEDGER51, a community in Davao City that supports traders, helps traders, and trades together. Of course, before we start the interview, I would like to have a disclaimer that everything we are talking about is strictly educational. So we're not trying to shill anything. We're not trying to sell anything. We're not talking about investment products. We just want to maybe talk a little bit about what's going on in Davao City, and so that people could understand the life of a trader, how they operate, the life of trading communities as well. So, Neil Recinto, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, brother. Very excited to be here.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while. It's been a while. Um, our first question, we always like to start with nostalgia. And I've known you for a really long time that it's so hard to ask a personal question because, like, I also know you so well. But I think for the sake of the audience, a good question to ask is, what were some concepts about money that you learned at an early age that stuck with you until today? Or what are some concepts you learned and that have changed over the years?
I think it's more of the changes in the belief system when it comes about money or finances. Because growing up, especially growing up in a traditional Filipino household, we're always told to save money, spend less, and money is very hard to earn. Money is very very hard to make. So um, I grew up with the scarcity mindset when it comes to finances or money, and that really shaped how I view money growing up, a teen, as an adult, and eventually, as I ventured into finance or the world of trading, I realized that it was completely the wrong idea. It was completely the wrong programming that was given to me. If I was a computer and I installed the wrong programs growing up, and it's a matter of deleting these files, these programs, and installing new beliefs. So probably the one of the biggest changes is the word currency, the word water, treating money like water. It flows in, it flows out, and um, a lot of the etymology about money makes sense in nature. You say, um, if the water cycle, diba? It rains, goes to the mountain, flows down to the rivers, to the ocean, back again. It's a continual process, and it's exactly the same with how the world works, how the economy works. You get money, and you also have to spend money. And if the money is coming through you and you don't let it out, you're just like a water stream that is polluted, right? If the money comes to you, uh, the water comes to you and you don't let it flow, you become stagnant, you become dirty, you become polluted. But if you just let it flow through you, the more you let it flow, the more stream you have. In the word of banking, like, you have cash flow. The more cash flow you have, the bigger your container is, and the more you make money. And yeah, it's one of the biggest changes is understanding that money is like air, can breathe in, breathe out. It's like water comes in and it also flows out just like nature. So I think yeah, that's one of my philosophies that really shape or change the way I look at money.
I know your story so many times now, and then I've even had a previous interview with you talking about like exactly your story. But I would like to once again ask about your journey towards trading. Maybe starting since you graduated college, or since you started DJing, or even since you started music as an endeavor, and then like all the way to what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so for me it started after graduating high school. Told myself that I would get into a good college, into business school. And I thought in Ateneo in business school you learn trading, you learn stocks, forex, crypto, all of these things. I thought they would teach you that like in detail, but the school in college I just learned right, just a back general knowledge that everyone knows about it. So that's kind of disappointing for my end. But during college, um, really from my first year in college through the last year of my college life, I joined a lot of seminars when it comes to trading. I think a few years ago, many years ago when we graduated college, there was a lot of seminars with Philippine Stock Exchange Index, how the stock market works in the Philippines. And that time, cryptocurrency wasn't really that known. The Web3, the blockchain, no one really knows about it. All we hear is the word Bitcoin, and then uh, because of that, I got also hooked. Like, how does this work? How do we make money from it? Because that time there was the value of Bitcoin was really low, so I don't know a lot of people who got rich from it. However, like rich people are talking about it, so why not learn more about it? And eventually when I start my first trading seminar that I joined, it was all about uh, yeah, more on the forex trading side, and it actually turned out to be a scam. But because of that, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention the organization or the what they call this, the quote unquote university or school that teaches that, but they were definitely a scam. But because of that, I got educated on how the market works, what's currency, what's buying, selling, going long, going short, risk management. Uh, these things I got to understand. Then eventually, when I graduated, of course, didn't have money to trade. So I always use demo accounts from different exchanges, different brokers. And my friends see me trading, but they don't know that that's not real money. And then my first job, uh, my first job, I actually saved up to 6 months worth of extra income from my main source of income, and for six
Could you tell us a
months,
little bit more what that first job was, by the way?
I
Just to interject. Yeah.
yeah, that was my dream job. That was my dream company. That was I work as a marketing officer for the largest company in the Philippines, SM Supermalls. Hashtag we got it all for you. So that was my dream job. That was my dream company. And while working on that job, I wanted to make money, like a secondary source of income, or maybe I can call it side gigs, or I don't know. I don't know how to call trading then. No. What's the perfect term to use to make money outside of work? So that's what I did. Save up to 6 months, and I remember I saved up to I think $700. That time $700 was around 35,000 pesos. That was my first tuition fee in the world of trading, and yeah, it was very interesting. And then once I started trading, I started forex trading. Um, in the broker or in the exchange, you see a lot of assets, na not just currency, not just metal or gold. You also see stocks, crypto, other metals, commodities, indices, and because of that that cat those categories or those labels in the broker or in the exchange, that's where I got to learn. Because also then I started to learn about the website TradingView. I know everyone knows about TradingView. All types of traders, investors knows about TradingView. So in the TradingView, the old interface, you click the markets and then they have sentiments there. and they explain how the market works. So I think that was the gateway for me to learn about other markets, not just currency, not just forex. So TradingView was also my gateway to that time Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think that was the story from learning to actually doing it.
Yeah, it was really interesting for the Philippines because I think early on, in the blockchain Web3 space, there seemed to be only two types of people that were Bitcoin miners or people that were into Dogecoin at a certain point. Like it was memes or hardcore Bitcoin miners. There wasn't that much discourse about the in-betweens. So we didn't have a lot of, I think, like smart contract developers on Ethereum or like other blockchains and stuff like that. So but for you, I know you have a story about discovering cryptocurrency. Could you talk us a little bit more about like what happened when you first discovered it and how did you learn a little bit more about cryptocurrency or blockchain in general?
Yeah, so two types of story: the proper one, which ended bad, and the not so proper one, which ended good for me. So uh, I think I bought Ethereum that time with my crypto wallet. And then I think I bought I've shared this story before. I just forgot the value of the Ethereum, but it was very, very cheap. It was very, very cheap. And then during the pandemic, I think the when I checked the wallet, it's the value became 170,000 pesos. And um the value I bought it was very, very low. I think it's around 1,000 pesos or maybe less than that. And then during that time also, I broke my phone and I didn't know about. That's where I learned about uh, centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. So when I got a new phone, I got a new Samsung phone. Back then, I tried to install the wallet, and then it's asking for seed phrase, and then that time, oh no, where's that money is gone already? So because I had no idea back then. Then that's why I started using centralized exchanges, so it's easier to recover. Have your email, do FA authentication, you have your password, and it's done. As long as it's also connected to your number. So that's the proper way, but it ended up bad for me. I don't know how much the value of that Ethereum is now. Second story was I bought Dogecoin for 200 pesos, and then that time there was so much hype, and I think Elon Musk posted a lot of things in Twitter, and I will um, always watch his Twitter page. And then from 200 pesos, it became 46,000 pesos, and I immediately withdraw that money. I remember from my Binance wallet to my own. I think it was Coins at PH that time or Gcash already, but I withdrawn it from Binance. I remember that. That was the improper story that ended improper way of trading that ended up good for me.
That's really interesting. No, at least like there was those are two very very important lessons as well. So the first one, especially with your seed phrases, you're really correct because that's not an uncommon mistake that a lot of people lose their seed phrases and they miss out on a fortune. Now talking a little bit more about your trading journey. So you started trading, and then I understand that you're also a licensed financial
Financial.
advisor. Could you also talk a little bit about your journey towards the more, I think, the formal approach to trading?
Yeah, trading is the usual disclaimer for traders is trading is high risk, high leverage. You may lose your money or your whole capital. Like, do not trade or understand the risk. And of course, consult a professional before engaging in this activity. So that's the usual disclaimer. And in the world of finance, as a financial advisor, we were um, taught that trading is very, very high risk. It's speculative, and that's also one of the reasons why I would say I'm a very responsible trader. I don't gamble in the financial markets. I don't buy shitcoins or whatever. Not anymore. And I only trade on stable assets or stable instruments. And I think that's where my trading maturity also came in because I started also as a financial advisor. And being as a financial advisor, before we talk to our clients, a lot of Filipinos, they think when you talk about financial advisor, you're just offering insurances, but that's the that's insurance agent. Financial advisor offers more than insurance. It's focusing people on how could they earn more money, how could they manage their money, how could they protect their money, how could they grow their money through investments. So I've learned as a financial advisor that there's three types of assets that you need to have. First is the foundation assets or your base assets. And these assets should be stable, long term, and it's not that volatile like real estate, uh, your savings, emergency funds, so on and so forth. And you also have your growth assets, assets that you put money and other people are growing that money, or in some cases we call it, or some people call it passive income. Or if you invest in the bank, there's fund manager. If you invest in unit investment trust fund, they also have fund manager. So that's more of the growth assets. Maybe last not the least is the top of the that three foundation, the growth, and then the speculative or the high risk. That's where there's business, franchising, investing in stocks, and of course, trading. So, me as a financial advisor, we're already offering you insurances, teaching you how to save. So, the base foundation assets, we're all good with that. In terms of the growth assets, we have mutual funds, unit investment trust funds, we have VULs, we have bonds. So, um, that's that's something I could also offer, the Growth Foundation. And most, if not all, most financial advisors cannot really offer the speculative part, or they cannot educate you about it. So I think that's where the edge I have as a trader, because I know about the financial markets, especially the not just the spot trading, but also the future side, the CFD side. So when I transitioned, not really transition, while I was trading and educating other people, it's easy for me to inject financial literacy and being responsible with your money, like trading wisely, use risk management, use account management, use and take profit, use stop losses. So yeah, I think that's where the relationship comes in as a trader and as a financial advisor.
That's really interesting because, of course, us in the blockchain Web3 world, um, we don't really have that separation of asset class. I think like only now we have like it's kind of like a Web 2.5 where where people are starting to invest in projects that have actual functioning businesses behind them. So I don't know if it's that super new, but like it's starting to become a trend as well. And of course, now we have tokenization and other things as well. But what I would like to go further on with you is maybe the change of, say, the community of because you're located in Davao City, both of us are, but I would love to know your perspective on the change of Davao City's traders back then until like right now. Because it seems like there's been more people that are financially aware, or more people that are participating in these types of markets, not just the speculative ones, but also like in insurance and as you said, CFDs and stuff like that, and bonds and the different types of asset classes.
So I think the story is, if you're in from Davao or if you're from Mindanao, before the pandemic, there was a lot of investment scams, Ponzi schemes, for everyone, and this is like the very disrespectful part is these Ponzi schemes, these scammers, they use the word trading, they use the word Bitcoin, they use the word uh, forex, they use the word cryptocurrency, just to let people know that that's how their money is being multiplied. But not really, it's actually a scam at the end of the day. So because of that, every time when these scams, these Ponzi schemes close already and they're gone with their money, and the people of Davao, the people of Mindanao are left with nothing because their money is gone, right? So every time they hear the word trading, every time they hear the word cryptocurrency, exchanges, brokers, they would always associate it with scam with scams. So that's why back then, before the pandemic, when there's trading education, trading seminars, or learn how to do this, do that, learn how to trade, people would not want to go or would not want to attend these events, these learning events, these seminars, simply because they already associated it with scam. And I think I'm also part of that crowd that once the pandemic happened, everyone was at home. And because of the quarantine, people had time to learn or research about the world of trading, the world of CFDs, the world of blockchain, Web3, cryptocurrency, understanding how Bitcoin evolved 10, 15 years ago up until now. And once that education or awareness happened to people, they are now more open to learn about these things. They realize that, oh, these are not scams at all. These were just used as an instrument to scam other people, or it's just using the name. That's why I said earlier it's a disrespect to the to the world of the beautiful world of trading. And yeah, I also noticed a few years ago, maybe 2 to 3 years ago, it's hard for exchanges and brokers to come into Davao and build a class. I'm pretty sure you've also noticed it. When they build a class here, they would always use Facebook ads to promote, or they would boost their event so that people would just come for a free event. They would have to spend free food, free snacks, free lunch, free coffee, free merchandises just for people to come. And lately, I think since last year, this year, for the past 2 years, every time I myself we post seminars or webinars, we don't need to promote it that much because people are willing to join us. And once I was able to also not just build my online community, but the traders community, our own trading community here in Davao, they bring friends, they bring families, they introduce them to the world of trading, and I think that's where the maturity or the evolution of the trading community in Davao uh, comes in, or it is already happening right now. I think last earlier this year we had a I had a seminar. I paid for it. It wasn't sponsored by the exchange or everything or anything. There was 12 signups, and then during that day there are 75 people who came into the seminar, and I was in awe. Like, wow, you guys are from Davao. I've never seen your face before, but you guys are traders. So um, I was really surprised, and I was really happy that time that there's this there's that trading community already existed. The people were just doing it alone. So I'm happy to I'm not claiming I did it, but there's a lot of coaches, there's a lot of influencers, there's a lot of people who brought people together. And I'm proud to say I'm one of those people. And then last month, we had a seminar here in Davao, a trading seminar, and the registrants were just 40 to 50. But the people who came, by Friday night, the registration was 40, less than 50. By Saturday morning, there were 120 people who came into the seminar. And again, it was the same reaction. Oh, wow, the trading community is really getting much matured, and it's growing. And another thing that I noticed before, when I joined seminars, or previously when we hosted seminars, we really have to start from the very foundation to the most complicated ones, like trading strategy, reading the markets, different types of analysis. But recently, when we had our seminar, the basic part was already boring for them. which means they already know about it, right? They already know how to open an account. They already know how blockchain works. They already now know how to even trade, and we're just adding adding knowledge to their cup or to their glasses. So I'm very happy with the trading community here in Davao, and I think it's just only the beginning. We're going bigger, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this, but next year we'll also have an office, a trading hub here in Davao. So I don't know if this would be announced to everyone or this would go viral. I don't know, but I think that's a good news. We'll have a trading hub in Davao. That just shows that the community is really growing.
That's very exciting, no? And also, I'm not gonna make you the only one to give some news. It's not just gonna be trading. There's also gonna be movements in AI and blockchain. So next year is really gonna be big for Davao City. And of course, we're so excited for the trading hub that that you explained. That's really interesting as well because yeah, getting that many people in a room and they aren't just beginners, that's a huge step because like that means they're already practicing. They're just doing it individually, and it just takes some effort, I think, to bring everybody together. Maybe next year you could even discover more traders come out of the shadows and start mingling with other people, sharing strategies. Speaking of strategies, I'd of course love to pick your brain on the whole AI vibe trading craze where AI, it doesn't replace, but like it supplements your trading. Do you personally use AI in the way you trade? And if so, how? And what are things you shouldn't use AI for?
I think I'm the perfect person to ask because in the Philippines, I I own the AI powered bot trader, and that AI powered bot trader is available for copy trading, and those that copy trading account is one of the most longest, most consistent, has the longest record, and it's profitable up until this day. Um, so I'm proud. I'm not the longest or the longest record. I'm not the most profitable one, but when it comes with the longest and most profitable bot trader, we own that, and it's AI powered. So a lot of people, it's very common or it's very corny to hear the word AI powered or AI integrated or AI based. No, so uh, yeah. And in terms of using the AI, I think there's a study done already, and it's shown on YouTube. When you say AI or machine learning, when you put the AI in the market, they would learn historical patterns, right? Historical patterns of the market, past 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, even before uh, retail trading was became a trend. Like maybe early 2000s up until the market crash, 2007, 2008, the AI would literally learn the market back then up until now. What tends to happen is they don't their movements or their decisions is really based on what they call this historical patterns. And what happens now, some of it doesn't make sense for the AI. So I don't know if you've seen the research already. Like let's say for example, ChatGPT, uh, DeepSeek, and other AI companies. Most of their AI traders like when we're losing money or losing half of the portfolio. So that I know that's a funny story, and but what I do is completely different because AI and bot is different, and what I use is AI powered bot. So the AI made the bot. So bot trading works is if you have a strategy and the strategy you have is market dependent and it should be triggered by market conditions, then you are trading logically, right? There's no subjectivity, there's no emotions. I feel like buying here, I feel like selling here, I feel like doing this leverage. You don't, if you have those decisions, then you're being subjective, you're not being objective with the market. So if you have a trading strategy that is completely 100% market dependent and the execution is based on logic or market conditions, then your trading strategy can be converted into a program. So you program your strategy, and you put it in the market, it automatically trades. So the bot is just trading based on instruction, but the bot doesn't learn. It doesn't have machine learning. It doesn't read the history. It doesn't have access to the internet, right? AI, on the other hand, as what I mentioned earlier, uh, so far it's not really fully machine. It didn't fully learn the market because most of them are losing half of the portfolio or more than half. But AI powered bot is what I use. So I'll just give you the process. Go to ChatGPT, ChatGPT, or any AI site you have, or at any AI app. Yeah, this is my trading strategy. I want to create a robot out of it. Then you please create or code a file that I can download as a bot. And then eventually they will create, you put it in the trading software and it fails, and then you go back and forth. Then eventually you come up or you finalize a bot that actually works. And most of the inputs, it's not really from you, it's from the AI. So that's my experience about it. There's AI, there's bot trading, there's also AI powered bot trading. And the best case scenario, as of now for me, as of now, I think the best case scenario is to become hybrid. Like you turn on the bot, the bot, you let it trade, and you know that there's gonna be news tonight. You know that there's gonna be announcement from Trump. You know that there's gonna be talks about uh, NFP, CPI, or the Fed. So you turn off the bot, right? You don't trade during that time. So at the end of the day, you're still in control of the computer. You're still in control of that. So it's, I call it hybrid trading. You let it trade, but based on how you want it to trade and when you want it to trade. But I believe sooner or later, uh, I know you know that there's AI making music already, and it's very very good, and it sounds better than some artists. I think AI would also come to that point when it comes to trading, that they can help you, they can assist you in trading. And I've forgot you also asked about this earlier. I'll just mention it. You mentioned the help, right? The help of AI in terms of trading. There's also some traders, they do a screenshot of their chart, their trading view, and then they put it into ChatGPT. Like, ChatGPT, what do you think about my analysis? Where should I put my buy limit? And then where should I put my stop loss or my take profit? I think that helps because I used that also, but just for the experience, but I didn't really continue doing that. But that's very interesting because I know some traders who are doing that. And even my friend, he's a very good technical analyst. He's a good trader, but sometimes he confirms his decision with AI first before executing the trade. So I think AI really helps, and in the coming years, it would become, I think, 10x or 100x better.
Definitely. Also, the validation really helps because you can have multiple AIs look at your screenshot as well. Like it's not just ChatGPT. You can go to Grok. You could also go to Gemini. If you're on Olama and you have private AIs running as well, then like you can also use those. You can download like some of the latest models and stuff, and then you can test them out. So really, really interesting. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, especially with the bot AI and then AI powered bots. So I think that's really that goes into what we in the blockchain world are talking about, like the agentic economy. But of course, we don't have to dive that deep into that topic, and we can talk a little bit more about trading. So now that we have AI also help the accessibility of understanding the market, I guess. Do you think that's also a multiplication or a multiplying factor in why it's easier to onboard new people to trading, or like not really onboard, but like so that new traders have more validation available with the use of AI? And also, have you noticed a majority or a minority of people starting to adapt those AI trading techniques?
Yeah, definitely. I agree, and you're absolutely correct. It's actually helping a lot of new traders, even experienced traders, to have confirmation. They already have their trading strategy. And just like I said earlier, sometimes I also did it. Like you, this is your analysis. This is the lines. These are the drawings you made in the chart. You're already confident about it, but maybe for every analysis, there's always a bullish scenario. There's also a bearish scenario. So what I did was, again, do a screenshot, download it, put it to AI, and then AI give me the bullish scenario or the bearish scenario. And the AI acts like a CTA or a certified technical analyst. You don't have to know someone from Bloomberg. You don't need to know someone from Wall Street or from the bank to actually make these decisions, because AI can do it already for you. And yes, I also have friends. And I think you know this friend. I don't want to say his name, but we mentioned him before the interview. Uh, in his analysis, he's very confident with it. But in order for him to give this analysis to others in the trading community, in his group chat, in his Telegram, in his Facebook page, he would also always ask AI for a detailed analysis, and that's uh, where he'll copy the analysis, send his chart, and send the the analysis in word format to his trading community and to his followers on Facebook. And I don't know that much people who are doing it, but I'm close with some people. Very few, not a lot, to be honest. And I think I also see it in on Instagram. They're using they're promoting it every time you swipe on stories. Sometimes you see like you, I don't know the name of the app, but you take a screenshot of the. I think you saw it already, right? You take a screenshot of the chart, and then the AI will tell you when or when not to buy, how you're going to execute it. And so, yeah, I think that's my experience. And also, last thing, there's a broker here in the Philippines. Like, imagine the broker already integrated with TradingView, and then there's a chat button. Usually the chat button, it's about technical support, right? But that chat button is, I think, connected to AI. So you can use the trading view, you can trade with the broker interface, but at the same time you can chat also AI to help you with it with trading. So I've seen it already. I think they launched it 2 months ago, but it's a big step for uh brokers to also integrate AI itself, AI chatbots in the trading interface.
Going back to the Davao trading community, could you tell us a little bit more about maybe the demographics? Are there a lot of students? Are there a lot of professionals? Are there a lot of veterans that suddenly came out of hiding? Could you tell us a little bit more about like what it's like?
For me, it's very diverse, but I think maybe I'm just biased to the younger generation, because when there's a trading meetup, meet with the community or trading seminars, there's a lot of students, or maybe not students but young people who are working already. There's a lot of them who are joining, and I've seen also from my previous interaction, there's two veteran traders, one Japanese trader, and one American trader. He used to trade with in the trading floor, not with computers but with hand signs, hand signals. So he's an OG, he's a veteran, and he's trying to learn our way of trading. So it's entertaining, it's humbling, and uh, it's very amazing to see old guys are still trying to catch up with technology. So I think there's very few veteran traders, a lot of young people, and you would know if they are those traders you mentioned that are just hiding and then they only show up for certain events. So yeah, I think there's more young people in the game and learning in the trading community. And I can always see it in when they use my link, because I notice veteran traders, they would always deposit $1,000 or more, and some of the seasoned traders already, they would put, I don't know, 500, a few thousands. and the younger generation would always put $100, $50, or 200. So in my account, in my dashboard, I could always see, okay, there's more young people in the community. So I'm very biased because that's what I see in terms of numbers. So I don't know, but that's my experience.
Neil, before we go, could you tell us a little bit more about what else to expect next year? You mentioned the hub. Of course, you can't disclose a lot of details, but maybe just something else you would like to mention.
Trading competition, trading esports, trading hub, trading community, a lot of contests, a lot of giveaways, um, a lot of learning opportunities, not just seminars or webinars, but networking events, and maybe a gala or a very formal event, a ball for traders, a gala for traders. Not yet finalized on that part, but these are things that we can look forward for next year. And of course, for next year, I think um, subjectively feeling wise, I think it's gonna be a good year for every one of us. More opportunities and more profit, of course.
This is Riverian Studios. Neil, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, brother. Happy to be here.